Good afternoon, everyone. Treasure Troller here. Today we are in Manistee, Michigan. We are actually at the site of the old Manistee Public High School and probably the middle school. And today I'm going to talk to you about what I think has been the best male athlete ever to come out of Manistee High School. His name was Harold Brooks. He was a three-sport athlete here at Manistee: basketball, football, and track. But it's on the football field that Harold really excelled. As a matter of fact, we are on that very football field right now where Harold played for the Manistee Chippewas from 1947 to 1951. Harold, in fact, was actually so good at football that not only was he named to the Class B All-State football team, he was awarded to the Michigan Dream Team, and also he played in the All-American High School football game in, I think it was June of 1952 in Memphis, Tennessee. That's how good Harold was. As a matter of fact, he had scholarship offers, one to Michigan State. But Harold turned down all of the scholarship offers and instead joined the United States Army. And it was on October 1st, 1952, where Harold and three other Army men left Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and they were flying to Holland, Michigan. The four soldiers chartered the plane from near Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And like I said, they were going to fly back to Holland, Michigan. On board the plane was Harold Brooks, Robert Brooks, who was actually from Manistee, went to high school with Harold. He graduated a year earlier, but they're not related. Norbert Bunkert, and a Sam Salterian. And Sam was actually the pilot of the plane. It was very early in the morning of October 2nd when they arrived in Holland and they began circling the airport. But unfortunately, the airport there, the Park Township Airport, only operated during daylight hours. They had runway lights, but the runway lights weren't on. When some of the locals noticed that there was a plane circling the airport, they knew that the lights weren't on. They started gathering cars to light up the runway. Eventually, the airport manager arrived there, but they no longer heard the airplane engines. And that night was a rather overcast night with lightning and thunder in the area. And so they sort of lost track of the airplane. It wasn't until the next morning when the farmer went out to begin his daily work when he found the wreckage of the plane. Unfortunately, all four perished in the wreck. And like I said, Robert and Harold were both from Manistee. Harold's father was a grocer, and Robert's father owned the Chippewa Motel. And since I could not find Robert's grave, I thought as sort of a tribute to him, I would come down here. Unfortunately, back in the mid-80s, the Chippewa Motel, or hotel had burned down, and the paper said it was on the corner of Pine and River Street. So it could very well have been right on this corner right here. If you notice the old brick from the other buildings, or it could have possibly been there. Across the street is a developed marina, and I guess possibly it could have been located on River Street in this park area up here. It looks like shuffleboard courts at one time. But anyways, my best guess is Robert's family had a motel right on the corner here. And so next we'll go visit Harold's grave. And this is the final resting place of Harold Brooks. So there you have the story of what I think is the best male athlete that ever come out of Manistee. Hope you enjoyed it. And with that, this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.